Yo, today was a huge day, man. This is a sentencing hearing. Lionel was found guilty and held in contempt of court. So he was sentenced to 30 days in jail. However, that sentence is suspended if no more incidents occurs between now and May 2nd of 2025. The defendant will not have to serve a sentence if no more incidents occurs. However, an incident already occurred. Womp womp. Who would have thought about that? Who would have thought that a psychopath couldn't keep their mouth shut? So I'm going back tomorrow to hold him in contempt again. And I already have the evidence because he has refused to remove YouTube videos on me and he did a stream talking about me. He will continue to do this, and this will reach a felony level. And for those of you that don't know, a felony is very serious. So this is the stalking protection order that I got. This is the modified version. So basically it's the same order except for right here. This was modified. So this is the motion to modify. And what this says, it says the order dated May 2nd shall be modified to include defendant shall not post, have anything to do with plaintiff. I am the plaintiff on social media, including but not limited to Twitter, X, YouTube, Twitch, Instagram, Discord, Kick, TikTok, Reddit, and remove, this is the most important part, and remove any post made defendant within 15 days of today's date. Obviously, this is far beyond 15 days of May 2nd, and he has yet to remove these posts, so I will be back tomorrow to hold him in contempt. Damn. Sucks to suck. Now, today, I got this order, and he is sentenced to 30 days in jail with the promise of that he is not going to violate the order. Unfortunately, within 2 minutes of the sentencing, he broke that order. So now I want to talk about the actual hearing. He did show up. I was actually surprised that he did show up, and he spouted the same nonsense that he's always said. He said that I groomed an adolescent and all this, blah, 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 blah. Said I doxed his family, blah, 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 blah. The judge didn't want to hear it. The judge said, "Sir, be quiet." And he shut the f up immediately. He was very quiet. He begged the judge to not send him to jail. That is the only reason why he is not in jail. He was not the big bad Lionel when he was talking to the judge. He tried to go into 3 different tangents, and each tangent he was shut down. The judge did not want to hear your lies. The judge gave him a chance to explain why he violated the order. Now, here's the thing. Lionel thinks that he is in a battle with me. No. He is not in a battle with me. I already won on the defamation suit, and I already won and I got the stalking protection order. But in his mind, he thinks that he is in a battle with me. He is in a battle with the court. That is who he is in a battle with. He does not understand that because he is uneducated. The court told him to do something. The court said, "Hey, you shouldn't be a psychopath. You cannot do this anymore." What did he do? He continued to be a psychopath. And the court said, "No, you are not going to do that." They have sentenced him to jail for 30 days if he doesn't break the order. But like I said, he already broke the order, so I'm going to go back. Keep in mind, guys, this court process, it's very time consuming, okay? Was this in person or in Zoom? I went in person. He was there on Zoom. Oh, he was so prepared too. I bet he practiced it to himself, dude. He was mentally prepared to say all of these lies, and the judge just cut him off every single time. The judge gave him one chance. He said, "Hey," well, he didn't say hey, but he was like, "Okay, explain why you violated this." And then he went into this tangent about how I groomed a minor. The judge was like, "Sir, stop. Sir, be quiet." He shut him down instantly. No tolerance for that. None. So today was huge. I will be back at the courthouse tomorrow. I'm filing a police report tonight because he has refused to remove videos. And he already went live talking about me and my lawyer. Now he is on the lie that he didn't actually threaten my lawyer. So I guess someone else called and threatened my lawyer. I guess somebody else did it. He is an extremely delusional creature. He refers to humans as Eorzeans. He lives in a fantasy land. He tried to tell the judge that I was the one stalking him. He tried to say I was the one stalking him. And then after the judge cut him off, I said, "Judge, I have evidence to counter everything that he said, and I can prove that it's a lie." And the judge said, "You don't have to." That's literally what the judge said to me. "You don't have to." I really didn't say anything during the entire hearing, actually. I didn't say much. For some reason, Lionel thought that today it was a proof that he didn't do that, when he's an extremely uneducated creature and he doesn't understand what sentencing hearing means. A sentencing hearing comes after you have violated. You have already proven to be in violation, so you can no longer defend yourself because you had a chance to defend yourself, and instead of defending yourself, you acted like a psychopath. So this is your punishment. You lost your chance once again to defend yourself. And it was funny because after he said that I was stalking him, the judge asked him, "Well, where is your PFA?" A PFA is a stalking protection order. There was a silence there for a second. And then he said, "No." And he was like, "Okay, then." Of course he doesn't have a stalking order. I'm not the aggressor. I can't even imagine how shut down and how depressed he felt when the judge was just like, be quiet, sir. Dude. Like, he makes up fantasy worlds in his head. He makes up characters. He pretends to be these characters. He interacts with these characters with himself. Like, he's crazy. He's delusional. And then when you take that and apply it to the real world, apply it to the law, you have nothing. No evidence. You're literally crazy. No one is going to believe you because everything you say is a lie. The word lie is literally in your name. It was absolutely hilarious when he referred to the judge as a non-Eorzean. A non-Eorzean? No, he didn't say that in court. He said it on stream. He said it like other places. I mean, I don't know if I'm allowed to say what he actually said in court or anything like that, but I mean, I can like, you know, TLDR it or whatever, but basically he was just lying. He said a bunch of lies and the judge like shut him down. That's pretty much it. You know, he tried to say the same shit that he always does. For some reason, he thinks that if he repeats it a million times that it's going to be more believable when it's not. But in his mind, it is for whatever reason. I swear to God, it's like he's reading from a script, man, because he was like the almost 40-year-old. If you were to take the most uneducated, stupid, dumbass criminal and put them all in a lineup, Lionel would be in there, 100%. I'm going to do a little bonus date today, guys. Katie's going to be joining us for the stream, so that'll be interesting. He apparently says that I have manipulated Katie into telling a bunch of lies about him, so she wants to talk about that. He also made an account named Katie, K with the number 8, and then he made that account and he talked to himself. And on that account, he said, Xeno's such a perv. That obviously wasn't her. She predicted that he would do that, and he did exactly that. So she will dispute that, obviously. It is driving him insane that she will not talk to him. And good. She doesn't want to have anything to do with you. The best place for you is in jail, away from the internet. And I'm going to do everything I can to make sure that you get there. Yesterday, I was also informed that my execution order went through. And for those of you that don't know, the execution order is an order you need for a debt collector to collect a debt. And my lawyer, Carl, has received that order, and he's going to be filing paperwork on Monday to inform Lionel that he will have to contact Carl within 2 weeks, or he will have to go to court to show all of his financial statuses, and the judge will determine how he's going to pay me. So I am following up on that. I will relentlessly follow what I legally can. And Carl is very excited. Let me give you some Carl quotes. He seems to have an impulse control problem. You are correct. He is a dumbass. Nice. You know he is going to slip up again. Hope he likes spending alone time with criminals. So Carl is going to continue to go after you. And like I said, I don't give a if I ever get my money or not. Just making your life miserable for who you are and for what you do to people, that's good enough for me. I'm curious to see his meltdown when he served 30 days in jail. The other day, he had a stream where he said that even if he goes to jail, he's going to come back stronger and invigorated. What's the status of threatening the lawyer with the voicemails? We'll hear more about that on the 30th. So I imagine when he goes to trial on the 30th, he's going to spout more nonsense about how I'm a groomer and a file and has nothing to do with, like, you know, he's just going to be spouting the same nonsense, and that judge isn't going to give a shit. The judge isn't even going to know who I am or care who I am because I am not even in question. How does streaming all of this impact the case? I mean, it's fine because I am basically updating people. Every single thing that I am saying is public information. I'm not saying anything that is confidential. You can check all of this stuff on multiple websites, multiple dockets, all of that stuff. He seems to think that me making videos on him is stalking and harassing him, when in reality, everything that I'm doing is in response to what he is doing. This is what happens when you around and find out. When you call someone a groomer or a file and they're not, these are the consequences of your actions. You made your bed, now you sleep in it. I did not expect this day to go like this. Honestly, man, I didn't really expect the sentencing hearing to be very impactful, but I kind of have a new restored faith in, you know, the law. I was speaking with the advocate today and I just straight up asked, I was like, can he continue to do this over and over and not be punished? She said no. Eventually, Eventually, after 1 or 2 times of being held in contempt, it will raise to the felony level and extradition will no longer matter. They will have to go get him. They will have to hold him accountable. And because it's a felony, he will face prison, not jail. Well, the thing is like 30 days is a start, but he is not going to be able to control himself. And I am not looking at this in short term. I'm looking at this in long term. My stalking protection order lasts until May 2nd of next year, but I already talked to the advocate and I can extend that to up to 5 years if I choose to, because he has already violated it. And once a person violates an order, the person that got the order, they have the right to extend it for multiple years. Yeah, so Katie wanted to talk today because he's been spreading nonsense about how he is on good terms with her and they are good friends. And at one point, he even called her his fiance, which absolutely disgusted Katie, made her sick to her stomach that he would even call them friends, let alone a fiance. And she's going to basically just clear up all that bullshit. Yo, hey, what's up?
Hey, oh man, what a kerfuffle, am I right?
Crazy day, huh?
Crazy day. So, I do have a few things that I want to say, but before I do you want anything to ask or?
So just real quick, he has recently made an account named Katie K with the number 8, and he has said that is you, and that I have manipulated you and brainwashed you into being against him. Do you have anything to say, like, in that regard?
Oh, I absolutely do. Okay, so I know a lot of people that follow you have watched the interview, but I know that it's 6 hours, so it's really long, so not everyone has. So to give context, I haven't been in contact with him for a while now. I can't really say how many months, but a good while. And essentially, after the interview came out, he made a video. I think it's like catharsis, all lies exposed, something like that. And there's a timestamp where he mentions me for the first time, like Katie's reaction to Xeno's ban, something like that. It's like 27 minutes. But over there, he made a fake account of me and he messaged himself, that is not me. And I guess like because I've been looking through his thing because he's unpredictable and insane, so I want to make sure he says anything like I know. But basically, through the bits and pieces of his videos and live streams that I've seen, so the account that messaged him was on June 20th, 2024. I don't know if he's going to take the video down soon, but that's when the account messaged him. That was in the video. And then, like, in the next live stream, he's like, yeah, I talked to Katie a few months back. But then, like, if you talked to me a few months back, but I messaged you on June 20th,
Yeah.
and this video, like, that doesn't make sense. And he like keeps going, like he's not even good at lying. Like, I'm sure if I really sat down and double checked everything he says, I would probably be able to catch so many lies because he's so inconsistent. But like, it goes from Katie talked to me to I talked to Katie a few months back to Katie's actually on my side, we're on good terms and we like talk a lot, to I think at one point he said that I was his girlfriend, to then
And
go
fiance.
later
Yeah.
on. Yeah. Well, no, it was a more recent one. It
Oh,
was a
oh,
more
so he
recent
did it
one.
again. Okay, okay, okay.
Yeah, I don't know if it was the freak out one where his mom has to come in, but uh
You know, he's
I don't
trying to
know if
say
that.
that I swatted him for that. He's trying to say that I doxed him and swatted him, which is absolutely ridiculous. I had nothing to do with that. As a matter of fact, like, he was screaming so loud and threatening that the police came. Like, I had nothing to do with that. And he's trying to blame me for that because he just wants to lie, like put everything on me with absolutely no evidence. I don't know if you see if I linked it earlier, but on the Quincy, Massachusetts police docket, like, because every day they list all of the arrests and all of the times that the police have to come out. And on the
Yeah.
docket, they said that disposition to hospital. So he was taken to the hospital for threatening to harm himself and others.
Yeah, sounds, pretty accurate. I just thought of the funniest shit. I'm sure this didn't happen because that would be crazy. I'm sure it wouldn't be like that. But could you imagine if it was like his mom, like in the corner, just like whispering? She's just like sick of the shit. She's like, ah, yes, I am a Final Fantasy player, and I'm sure, like, I don't know,
Uh,
that's just me making a
I
joke,
would have
but that would
loved
be
to
the
be a
funniest
fly
thing
on
if it
the
was his mom that did it.
Yeah, I would
Could
have
you
loved to be a
imagine?
fly on the wall just to see his mom's expression, because she came in there when he was yelling and crying. Like, he was literally yelling and crying and he was slamming shit. I would have just loved to see his mom's expression when she came in there, was like, no, no, no. Like, she's had to do that before.
Yeah, yeah, but I don't know if it was that one, but it was like a more recent one. He then went to state that I'm actually his girlfriend. And then I don't know if it was in the same stream, but it was like maybe like the next one. He basically was like, I love Katie so much and she will meet someone wonderful one day. I just know it. And I'm just like, dude, how the have the people that like watch you not seen the inconsistency? Like, I don't know. It's just like, or maybe it's because it's me. So like I'm like a little bit more hawkish about it, and I'm like catching all these details. But it's like it's so inconsistent. Yeah, it's a lie. I don't support this motherfucker. I've been thinking of like the way to come out and say it, and just. But you know what? I'll just say it here. I have not talked to this guy, and the more I learn about the shit that he does, the more disgusted I am with everything about him, and I think he's gonna deserve everything that's coming to him
Good.
because holy shit,
Good. He does.
I
Yeah.
think you are now worse than you were before. You are a sick person. You don't understand that you are. That's my take on that. And everything about him.
You linked voicemails. So you said these voicemails were from 2021?
Yeah, so these ones were after the second California trip, and I just went like dead silent because that's all I could think of doing. So, like, I changed everything about my life and I got a new phone number. And this was when I first got like my new job. And I remember one day when I think I had to go do my job, and the entire day I wasn't able to focus. And then afterwards, I went to my car and I just like had like a panic attack because this was a new phone number that he did not have, and I did not know how he found it. I think he did like one of those people searches.
Oh,
It's
right.
like a
Yeah.
thing that
Okay.
gives
Okay.
potential phone numbers. I have no idea how he found this number, but he called me and he left 2 voicemails. I never replied to them, but I remember that I didn't delete them. So yeah.
Okay, let me play the first one because when I listened to them, he had absolutely no remorse. There's a very specific reason why he sent you these in the first place, and it's very obvious that he wants something from you. So his angle of being a nice or apologetic or remorseful individual is completely bullshit. The only reason why he is messaging you this in the first place is because he wants something that he thinks that you have. But yeah, let me go ahead and play the first one.
Hi, sorry to bother you again, but just to elaborate so you don't think I'm bullshitting, the coding school I got accepted into is App Academy, and how it works is after a preliminary screening, you are accepted into the program as a trial, and to complete the trial you have to complete 3 assessments, and I am currently on the assessment stage, and after you finish the assessments you are accepted into the program, and when you graduate you're required to provide proof of your graduation, and my graduation, as you know, would be my SAT scores. I know it sounds weird, but you can look into it yourself. It's not bullshit. I'm not making up a reason to call you. It's serious, and I can prove that I'm in the program if you want. Like I said, you can contact me on Discord or my Steam. I'm sorry, I just wanted to make sure I got that last point across. And for what it's worth, you should really listen to a song called The Human Sadness. Look it up on YouTube and watch the video because the video is better than the studio recording. Both are amazing. I don't know. I hope you have a wonderful life. And for what it's worth, I forgive you for everything. I understand why you did it. And I love you. Bye.
Okay, so that was actually the second one, but I'll play the first one next. One of the biggest things about this was obviously he says that he forgives you. He has absolutely no remorse for anything that he did, for grooming, sexual assault, abuse, stalking, harassment, none of that. The only thing that matters is that he forgives you.
Yeah, how kind of him after he told me to myself over and over again. Man, thank you so much for your forgiveness, my guy. You're so kind-hearted. This is like a really big example of like the kind of manipulation that he does, because I think on surface level, I think anyone that hears it, like he does his like really sad voice. And I'm like, so sad. You have no idea how sad I am. You can't even be like, he does that. And like, you hear it. And I think like the natural human response, if you're not a psychopath, is to be like, oh man, like, I feel bad. Like, this guy is struggling. But like, anytime he does shit like this, he usually wants something. And if he wants something, his go-to strategy is trying to apologize. And then if he apologizes, but you don't accept it, that's when it goes into other tactics that he does. But like, I don't believe it. And especially like, you should listen to the song called Human Sadness. And like, it's like this like weird humanity, like, oh, like empathy. Like, I don't know, just like trying to connect with you. And it's like, you know what you've done? You know that I don't want to talk to you. If I wanted to talk to you, we would be talking right now. But like, you found my number, my new phone number that I changed after the whole thing with California happened, and you're contacting me. And like, I don't want to talk to you. Like, it's like disregarding boundaries, not thinking about how him giving me this call and voicemail would affect me. Like, I don't believe it. I think he sounds remorseful and he sounds like he understands, but I don't think he does. I think it's just, I want something, so I'm going to act all sad and pathetic in order to try and get it. At least that's my take on it.
Well, he tried to do the same thing to me over a year ago. He made a video apologizing to me and apologizing to Ember, admitting that he was a psychopath and that he was super cringe and everything he said about me was a lie. And then I rejected that apology. And then, you know, obviously here we are today. He could not handle that rejection. Let me play the first one.
Okay.
I've been rerunning that day in my head every single day since it happened, wondering if it was planned in the middle of the night, the day of, months in advance. And it took me several months to realize that none of that mattered, because you wouldn't have done it to begin with if I wasn't a piece of shit. And for that, I am sorry. Maybe you wanted me to die out there. I know you didn't expect to hear from me again, and maybe you're disappointed that I didn't. But for what it's worth, I've been dead ever since your friend drove that car away.
Oh.
And some would say that I've been dead since the 7th grade. Either way, I'm incredibly sorry that I entered your life, because without me, you are innocent, and innocence is the closest thing in this world to perfection, and I ruined it, not out of malice, but because my soul had already been shattered by my peers, and I believed that I was unlovable, and I was too scared to be honest with who I was. So perhaps I deserved everything. If I could go back and not log on the day that we met, I would. Both of our lives would be better for it, though I'm sure you've been doing excellently in my absence, and if you aren't, you're more than capable of doing so. I'm sorry. I really am. I know I snap and I do crazy shit, but this is how I feel, and I promise I'm not going to do anything to you. I'm really sorry. And I know you don't care, but I've been making an effort with what little energy I have each day to try to do something with my life. And I've entered in coding classes, but I need proof of my SAT scores, and those are on an email you took from me.
There it is.
If you would be so kind as to give it back, you have my Discord, and if not, you have my Steam. You know how to contact me. Yeah, you have my Steam, if nothing else. If you could find that kindness in your heart, it would be greatly appreciated. I don't know what else to say. I'm really sorry for being how I was.
Okay, he clearly just wants that email. Like, I don't even believe he was doing it for the SAT scores. I just think he wanted that email back. I don't believe that he has any type of education at all. You said that he completely fabricated going to college and Kelsey. He completely made up a woman, Kelsey. There's no truth behind any of that garbage.
Yeah, so I honestly, when I like listened to this voicemail like yesterday, I was thinking about it, and he is over here saying that he wants his SAT scores. And honestly, maybe that is really what he wanted. But I was thinking, so you took the SAT, and the only possible way for you to access those scores is through email. Like,
Ain't
yeah,
no
you can't
way.
contact the place that you take it. They should have records of you taking it or something. Like, I don't believe that the email was the only way. I think this was just him trying to establish contact and control and whatever, which is like a tactic that people do. But I don't exactly know why he wanted to call me up out of the blue. But I don't believe any of the sad boy shit he's running through these. I don't know. Maybe he was feeling sorry for himself and he was feeling like shit and he wanted to let it out. I don't know. I don't know whatever this was, but I don't believe that his intentions were genuine or he genuinely realized that what he did was wrong. And I guess in parallel to the voicemails, if anyone watching, because I don't blame people. If anyone like watching or listening hear that and they feel bad for this guy, I don't know if you want to post it in chat or whatever, but the Google Doc that I created, I've redacted everything. So there's no like identifiable information for him. But this is as much stuff as I could find in regards to me and him. And if people feel sad for this guy or empathetic, just look through a few of those, read the things that he's said and written, and then go back to this. And I don't know, it's just, I felt sorry for him for years of my life, and I no longer feel sorry for him, and I no longer feel guilty for saying fuck him and everything that he does. And also in relation, I have been laughing about this, but there's been a few videos. There's a 4-hour live stream. Yeah, the freak out one. And that one specifically, he talks about me. He says that he's taken accountability.
Oh, well, that's not
And
true at all.
oh boy, that couldn't be further from the truth. I was watching that and I was flabbergasted because I think he genuinely might have believed that he was being super noble, but the way that he rewrote everything to make himself look like I was just really emotionally distraught, but not in a crazy way, in a healthy way. And he lies about so much shit in there. Like the one of the first kind of aspects that he lies about was the beginning where he's like, but no, I never stalked her, or like not stalked her, but I never harassed her or, made hundreds of accounts trying to at her back whenever she would try to remove me or block me or talk to her friends or leave her insane voicemails when she was like in high school. He sounds like he never did that. I'm like, dude, are you serious? And then he goes and claims I've taken accountability. And I can't believe people are still mad at me for this when I have taken accountability. It's just so insane. I could go through everything that he's lied about, but it's just,
I mean, there's too much.
the way.
There's just way too
Yeah.
much. It's literally everything he says is a lie. Now
It's
he's
just
claiming that he actually didn't threaten my lawyer. Did you know that? Now he's claiming that he didn't
amazing.
threaten my lawyer, and there's literal proof. I have the actual recordings. Like, they're on a video
With his phone number, very
Yeah.
verifiable phone number. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how his mind thinks. I think he thinks he's this really smart mastermind.
Yes, he does.
I think like if people just look very carefully, it is so easy to catch all these inconsistencies. And it's like, dude, you know that this could be proven, right? Like this could be so easily proven. What the are you doing? Like you're yourself right now because you're lying about shit that is I don't know. It's insane.
Mhm.
Yeah. Oh, another thing to make himself look less bad for all the shit that he did with me. He keeps saying, I've taken accountability for all the things that I've done when I was a teenager, an adolescent, guys, ladies and gentlemen, when I was an adolescent. It's like, okay, when I met him, roughly, right, the relationship started when we were both 18. That's 2 years. All of his actions go way beyond the 2 years. It doesn't just stop when he's 20 and he's no longer a teenager. This spans for so much longer. And with the Google Doc, with all the stuff, you can see all the timestamps. It's not just for those 2 years that we first met. It's so insane to me that he claims, when I was a teenager, guys, an adolescent, like I was immature. It's like, no, you are still like this. You still do this till this day.
He
Like,
has the
what the
same
f- are you talking
mindset
about?
and mentality. Like he hasn't aged since like 12. Like he has
I don't
the
think
mind of a child.
I genuinely think if he wasn't such a pathetic mother, he would be a serial killer. But I'm like, you're too stupid and you haven't done shit with your life to have enough resources to be a serial killer. But the way, like, especially with this freak out during that 4 hour stream, just like, if he could, if he had the resources, I'm sure he would have killed someone by now. It's insane. This guy is crazy.
Yeah.
And then another thing that he says to try and make himself look super rational and super good is like, I'm the rational, calm one, and all these other people are crazy. He says, why don't people respond? Why don't people respond? I have begged, I have sent literally thousands of messages, and no one wants to respond with proof or evidence. Okay, I know he's going to be listening to this. He says he hasn't.
Absolutely.
I was actually surprised that he didn't listen to the 6 hour interview, and I'll get to that in a second. I know he's going to watch this, so I'm going to answer your stupid question, you dumb mother. You know the reason why people don't respond is because the second anyone responds and it isn't sucking you off being like, oh my God, Lionel, you're so right, and everyone else is crazy. The second anyone says anything to you, it can be a simple, I don't like that you did this. You make 50 billion videos about them. You harass them. You leave crazy comments on their shit. You find all of their social media. You find any sort of pictures of their face, and you don't give a fuck about the effect that that causes to people. You go and do that. So you know why people don't want to response? Because they don't want to deal with you. People think you're a joke, and that's why
Yeah.
people are not responding.
Yeah.
Like that's
Yeah,
why
he is a joke. His
I
life is
know
a joke.
that other people exist that you have harassed, and I completely understand why they don't want to say shit about you. It's because the second they do, you're going to make a video of my stream making fun of them and just saying the meanest shit you can imagine, and then you will just keep going. Even if they say one thing and then they stop talking about you, you won't stop. That's why people aren't responding. You stupid, dumb piece of shit. I'm sorry. I don't mean to like go off, but like,
No, you're fine.
it's just
No,
insane.
go off. No, go
It's
off. You're
insane.
fine.
Either he's stupid and he doesn't understand, or he understands and he knows why people are not going to respond, and he's using that to his advantage to be like, well, see, I've asked for people to respond and no one has. And it is just like, I don't know. Yeah, okay, but that's on that. So yeah.
Yeah, I have completely stopped responding to anything. Like the thing is like he, for some reason, he thinks that he's in a battle with me, and he's not. He's in a battle with the courts. Like I've already won. I've already beaten him. I've already got my defamation lawsuit. He already owes me a shit ton of money. I've already got my stalking protection order, and he's being held in contempt of court. And if he violates that order, he goes to jail for 30 days. And so that's where we're at right now. It's not a matter of him battling me at this point. He's already lost that battle. It's him battling the courts. And I don't respond to, like, there's no purpose to engage with this individual because everything he says is a lie. Why would I want to engage with a person that just nonstop lies about everything? Like the guy's 28. Yeah. He's going to be 29 in like 2 months. He's 29, no job, no future, still sucking on his mother's tit. You know, in the hearing today, he said that he takes care of his mom because she's sick. Bull fucking shit he does. She babies him and takes care of him every step of the way. And when she dies and is no longer able to take care of him, he's going to be absolutely beyond and he's going to have to live in the gutter. He's going to be a bum. And if he doesn't, he's going to be paying me with the money he makes. So either way, he can do and say whatever the he wants. Eventually his YouTube is going to be gone. Eventually he's going to be in jail because he can't control himself. He is going to pay for this shit. Like eventually, one way or another, he will pay for this shit.
Yeah, honestly, good for you, man. Like he's done this
you helped
for
tremendously.
So long,
so
for so many years, and he has gotten away with all of it. And even till this day, he's trying to act like everyone else is the crazy one. He's the innocent one. And it's like the fact that you actually got through and he's shitting bricks right now about, and even then, like, even if he gets like the least amount of punishment, this will still be on his record.
Yeah, it will.
And if he has a job right now, like he claims, like if he doesn't have that job for forever, good luck finding another job and not having your name plastered all over the internet with insane shit that you've done and having to explain that to the interviewer, being like, oh yeah, I was an adolescent ? Like, I don't know.
No.
It's just good luck, my guy. You have dug yourself into this hole. And I'll explain why, because he does not understand why. He's like, I don't understand why I'm the one getting the harassment. I'll get to that in a second. But I also wanted to get to Rosie really quick, because he has been bringing her up nonstop. And I just want to make this clear. Rosie, she didn't lie to me. She didn't convince me. She called me up to make sure that I was doing okay, to make sure, like, hey, you know, Xeno wants to talk to you, and I wanted to talk to you beforehand just to make sure you're comfortable. And if you're not comfortable, just let me know. Let him know that you don't want to do this. But if you're comfortable, I can let him know, and that way you're not caught off guard. And that's about all that I had to talk with her. And like, we talked about like some other stuff, life, but like, Rosie is, the things he's saying about her make me genuinely sick. And I am partially why I'm so angry today and why I'm talking this much shit about him is just the insane things he has been doing and posting. Whereas like Rosie was just like a really sweet person. She just talked to me. She made sure I was okay. She was so nice to me. She has minimal involvement in this because I haven't spoken out since the interview. The fact that he thinks that she is the mastermind of like manipulating me or whatever, it's like, no, dude, shut the fuck up. You're a idiot. You're disgusting. You are a piece of shit. You are crying about people doxing you. You doxed her and you're doing disgusting shit when she has had almost no involvement. And I hate you. I hope you rot in jail, you stupid motherfucker. I hate you. Like, he's saying all this shit about it, and it just makes me angry. It makes me angry. I don't know if I have the words to describe how insane this motherfucker is. Rot in hell. You're despicable. The things you say to women is despicable. Look in the mirror, you ugly motherfucker. You dumb, stupid piece of shit asshole. Go yourself.
Dang. Holy.
Sorry.
Holy.
So many swears. Oh my God. I'm sorry.
Oh,
okay,
no, you're fine.
You're
fine. You're fine.
It makes me so angry.
No, you're
I
fine.
just can't. But yeah, I just wanted to touch on that because I haven't said anything about it, but he's saying that like she was the one that manipulated me. No, I made the decision. And I made the decision because you called up a lawyer and you wished that she and her daughter would get. I'm sorry. How do you not see? It is your voice, you stupid idiot. It is your voice in that voicemail. And you're confused why people think you're a joke. You're confused why people are angry with you. You then go on your stupid little YouTube channel and you're like, I'm a comedian. I just don't understand why everyone has a problem. I'm a comedian. What is so comedic about telling countless women, I hope you get over and over again? What's funny about that? Where's the humor in it? Where's the punchline? I think I'm missing it. I don't think I understand it. The only comedic thing about him is that he's a joke. The two final things I wanted to touch on, the only thing that I can agree with him on is his friend Zachy, because I looked into it and it's really sad. And, you know, from everything that I've seen, it does, I think Zachy was mistreated in the most terrible way. And I just want to say, like, that is the only thing that I can see that he's right on. But I want to add a little caveat. You're not using Zachy because you give a shit.
Yeah, exactly.
You're using Zachy because it will
make him
serve a purpose to you. I don't think you actually care about a human being that took his own life.
Nah, he doesn't care.
If you genuinely cared, you could have called out the community, I guess, or the people that participated in the things that Zachy had to go through, like the racism and stuff. You could have done it in a much more respectful way. I think if Zachy knew that half the shit that you were doing to quote unquote defend him, I think he would be grossed out, because it's one thing to be like, hey, I think this is really wrong and I think this needs to be talked about. And then there's another thing to scream and yell about it to try and make yourself look good, and then go and message people that you hope they get in the most violent way to go message women, and then to claim that you're holier than thou. Like, I genuinely don't think he cares about Zachy. And, you know, I looked up his YouTube channel and he genuinely seemed like a really sweet person, and it is really sad. But I don't think Lionel gives a shit, because his whole MO has always been, can I use this to my advantage to make myself look good?
Oh, absolutely.
And I think that's what he's doing. And it's disgusting. Like, have some respect.
If he gave any shit about Zachy whatsoever, why in the was he using his urn as a thumbnail for his YouTube videos? Why was he passing around the fact that he had a picture of his urn? I would never do that to someone I cared about. I would never put the picture of my friend's urn on a thumbnail. That is beyond vile. Like, what the Like, let him rest in peace, man. Holy shit.
Yeah, I think it's really gross. And I know he'll make a video being like, you say I don't care, you say I don't care. And I can't prove it. This is just my own personal experience with him. This is my own personal opinion of how he uses anything to try and make himself look better. But I think he's using Zachy to try and make himself look good when he's acting like a psychopath to everyone around him. And people are rightfully judging him for the actions that he's, his behavior. And I think he's just trying to use it as like a buffer to be like, well, you can't judge me because it's like, no, dude, you're sick. I'm really sorry for Zachy. It sucks because I think life sometimes takes the people that deserve to be here and leaves the shittiest people that don't deserve to be here. And that really sucks. And you can read into that, Lionel. You can read into that sentence and really think about what I just said there. But yeah, I just want to say, Zachy, heartbreaking story, but I don't think Lionel is respectful about it. I don't think he cares, and I think he's just using it for his own good. But I just wanted to say that. It really sucks. He seemed like a really sweet person. Okay, and then the final thing, in the same live stream, the freak out live stream, the 4-hour one, he's like super confused because I did accuse him of, and he's like, when did you do this? What? You never talked about it. One, when people go through something like this, it can take years for someone to really process it. And he's like, why don't you put in the restraining order? Because it is humiliating. It is embarrassing. I hadn't even come to terms with what happened. And I was not at a point there where I was ready to admit to myself even for really, once it really hit me at work, I have a hard time using the word. Usually if I talk to people about it, I use, sexual assault or something other than that, because it's just difficult to use that word specifically. For the purposes of me being as clear as I can be today, I am using that word, but he was really confused. He's like, when did you talk about it? I talked about it in my interview. Since you don't want to watch it or haven't watched it, 4 hours, 5 minutes and 55 seconds. You really want to know? There you go. There's the timestamp. You can go listen to it. I know you won't give a shit. I know you will deny everything. But go yourself. Okay, and that's all the things I wanted to touch upon since the interview. One, he's lying. I'm not in contact with him. I'm not on good terms. I don't support anything that he's doing. I have seen messages that he sent to other people. I have seen the disgusting things he's written. He is not shy about wishing violence upon women, even though he tries to, I guess, pretend like he does on his channel in the YouTube videos. He is very quick to go and call out anyone else about it. It's like, oh, but then you go and you type these crazy demented things to other people, except he is much more specific and descriptive whenever he writes it. Like, you are a terrible person. I hope you get everything that's coming to you. And
I do too.
I feel like he will respond to this because it's me. And if you do end up responding to this, you know what? Talk as much shit as you want. Make whatever lies you want. But if you're going to with me right now, you got a lot of legal shit going your way right now. If you want me to add on to that, I will gladly add on to that. And I have a lot of energy and a lot of confidence to go as far as I need to make sure that your life is. So you want to, because I know the way that he acts, you want to try to do some revenge shit. You're going to feel really angry. You're going to sit in your chair, see that I said all these things about you. Okay, go ahead. You want to do that? I'm not scared. But if you are, just know, I know you were shitting bricks earlier about going to jail. Just know, if you want another person to go against you, I will gladly do that, legally speaking. I will be another person. And then, the more people you rack up, the shittier it's going to get. I guess.
And as I said earlier, I will help you in any way that I can.
I appreciate it. Yeah. Honestly, I think you've paved a way for people that are sick and tired of his shit to go and be like, hey, this guy has a history of with people and I'm sick of it. And I think with at least everything, with all the court cases coming up and the one that you had today, I think it won't be as difficult as it was last time to try and reach out for help and actually get a response.
I'm going back to the courthouse tomorrow because he's already in violation. He talked about me on a stream today and he refuses to remove videos, and in the court order, he is ordered to remove videos. So I will be back tomorrow in the courthouse, and it is too late if he deletes them. It does not matter because I already have evidence that he did not delete them today.
That is fantastic. If there's one thing to make a good day, it's hearing news like this. Dude, good for you. I'm really happy to hear that. Rot in hell, you piece of shit. And I do have to start heading back, but thank you for giving me a little bit of time to rant and talk and just kind of make a statement, because he has been using my name to be like, Katie actually supports me, and I've been just pissed off about it. And the fact that he's trying to with other people that have nothing to do with this, that were just really sweet, really supportive, it pisses me off. So I just thank you for letting me speak my mind on this. And, you know, if he wasn't clear where I stood in his videos, I hope he's clear now where I stand, because I was not.
Well, you're not the real Katie.
Nice
so.
and understanding. Yeah, I'm not the real Katie. Yeah, I'm a paid voice. No, actually, it's AI. I'm an AI voice that you pre-written and
yeah, paid actor. I
But
pay
yeah,
my viewers. I also pay the interview too.
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, 6 hours of just, you know. But anyways, yeah, thank you, and I hope everyone has a good day. Thank you for, you know, listening to my rant, and I guess hope you have a good day, and everyone on stream have a good day.
Yeah, you too. I'll talk to you soon on Discord and stuff.
Okay, for sure. All right, bye.
All right, peace. All right. Well, I want to thank Katie again for coming on and clearing some stuff up. I mentioned again, I'll be going to the courthouse tomorrow. And any content or anything that I make involving him is a response to what he has said to me or an update on my legal obligation. I have never gone after him for anything. Well, I'm going to start going after him for the money. You can take me to court to that. I'm going to go after you for that money. I'm legally allowed to do that. I will go after you for the $23,000 that you owe me from the defamation suit that you lost. So you can be rest assured I will continue to go after you for the next 20 years for my money, and you will eventually pay me, or you will remain jobless and a bum. I guess that's not really any different than the life you've been living now. Regardless, though, I'll be as completely as obnoxious as possible by dragging you to court a few times a year just to make you go. If you don't show up, you'll be put in jail. First time is 1 day, second time is a week, third time is 30 days. This is all coming from my debt collections lawyer, Carl. He is fully prepared to deal with you and all of your bullshit. He deals with people like you every day. Carl dares you to leave him voicemails like you left my other lawyer. He dares you. You won't do that because he's a man, because you only do this to women, because you're a narcissist, incel piece of shit. I will continue to update you guys on this. The next update is July 30th, unless Todd gets his court order in before then. But July 30th, I will update you guys. July 30th is the, let's see, warrant and charges. More than 100 days in jail, threat to commit a crime, 100 days or less, telephone calls, electronic communications, 100 days or more in jail, harassment, criminal. This is a criminal lawsuit. That is a pretrial hearing on July 30th, and that just so happens to be the first day of Savage, so that's very, very hilarious to me. He was banned in 14 for 2 weeks just to come back to miss a week of normal modes, then to go right back into court. So it ain't looking good for you. You deserve everything that you're getting, and I will update you guys on that. Anyway, that's it for today as far as the lawsuit stuff goes. Like I said, I'll keep you guys updated. So, thanks for watching.